Hi guys, I'm Ben and I'm here with United People's TV for today's Transfer Daily. It's been a very interesting few days as far as Manchester United being concerned, so let's get right to it. Louis van Gaal had a press conference last night and he was speaking about a secret striker that apparently he is in the process of bringing to the club. Here's what he said. He's in the process, but you have to wait and see. It's not the striker that the media has written. Which is very interesting indeed, and it's got a lot of fans excited. But who could he be talking about? We've been linked to Thomas Muller and Pedro, so that his comments would suggest that would rule that out. I mean, who could he go for? There's been rumours online that it might be Cristiano Ronaldo. Wow, that would be absolutely amazing. And obviously, I'd love to see him back in Old Trafford. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, that would be I'm not sure about that one. He's been linked with AC Milan. He's be amazing for a year if we could just get 30-yard strikes left, right and centre, but I'm not sure about that one, if that one will come off. Karim Benzema, although he has been interested in a move to Arsenal apparently. And Alexandre Pato, just for a little curveball. His agent has apparently offered him to some mid-level clubs in England and he wants to make the move over to the Premier League. I'm not sure whether that one will really come off, but if the media hasn't written about him. Anyway, moving on, we'll move on to Sergio Ramos. Louis van Gaal has been talking about him. Here's what he said. I cannot talk about these rumours. I have said already it's a process and maybe Mr. Ramos is in the process. You never know. And Chris Smalling has been talking about him as well. I think it's a case of, at Manchester United, there's always competition. I'm up for that challenge. So United have been, Louis van Gaal and Chris Smalling have been talking about Ramos for the first time publicly, and that would indicate that a move is well and truly on the cards. And to add to that, David De Gea has got this mystery injury that ruled him out of the Club America game, ruled him out of the San Jose Earthquakes game because Sam Johnston will play the full 90 minutes in that one. You'd think that with these comments from LVG and Smalling that a move is going to go ahead at some point soon. I'd be very sad to see David De Gea go, but Ramos is an absolutely unbelievable defender. I would absolutely love to see him in a red shirt. But anyway, moving on. Matteo Darmian. Van Gaal was talking about Darmian yesterday. He said, we have bought Darmian for the second position behind Valencia. I'm not sure whether Van Gaal was watching Valencia last year, but he really wasn't all that up to scratch, was he? Maybe he's just giving a warning to Darmian that he's not just going to walk straight into the team, that he has to fight for his place. But from what I can't say that I know a lot about Darmian. He looked very tidy against Club America for the first 45, and from what I've read about him, he's rated very highly in Italy. But I don't know. Maybe Valencia is Manchester United's future right back for years to come. Moving on, we'll discuss a few rumours surrounding Manchester United. First of all, we'll go for Thomas Muller. Sports 1 and ESPN said yesterday that apparently we had a €100 million bid rejected for the player yesterday. But then the Manchester Evening News came out and said that we hadn't even made a bid at all. It's all very confusing. We're definitely in for the guy. I really don't know if we're going to get him. He's Bayern through and through. He's a world-class player. It'd be very unlikely that Bayern could replace him if they lost him. But at least we're going for it. We need to get these star players in, and at least they're going for it. Fair enough to Ed Woodward and fair enough to Louis van Gaal. You can't say that they haven't got ambition. Moving on. We'll go for Nicholas Otamendi, and James Ducker of The Times has given us a little update on him. Apparently, we're not actually in for Otamendi at all, and he's even gone so far as to say he's compared the situation to that of Nicolas Gaitan, where we just get linked to him, and the club drums up interest in him by linking us to Manchester United. It's all very complicated. But apparently we're not even in for Otamendi at all, which I think is absolutely ludicrous because I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. I'd love to get both Otamendi and Ramos in. But according to James Ducker, we're not even in for him at all. So sorry about that, lads. And Pedro. El Confidencial have been saying this morning that the move is well and truly on, and that a deal for between 25 million euros and 35 million euros will be completed in the coming days. LVG has been talking about his surprise striker. You wouldn't necessarily say that Pedro is an out-and-out striker. He can play across the whole front line. So maybe he is a replacement for Angel Di Maria, who has been linked with Paris Saint-Germain. Apparently he's closing in on a move. He wants out of Manchester. Pedro will be a very tidy player and a very tidy bit of business for 25 million if we can get him. He's a fantastic player. Maybe he's not world class anymore. I'd say he was world class a few years ago, but he's definitely dropped off. Which, you know, it's hard to get in the side ahead of Suarez, Neymar, Messi. But he's a very, very good player, and I'd be very happy if United were to get him. And finally, I mentioned it earlier, but with Karim Benzema, he's interested in a move to Arsenal apparently, and his agent has instructed him to fashion a move to the Emirates. If Arsenal do end up getting Benzema and we don't even try and go for him, you've got to be very annoyed, because he is almost the perfect striker for Louis van Gaal's system. But, you know, he's got the surprise lined up, so maybe he's got something else up in his sleeve instead. So thanks for watching, and make sure you leave a comment on the video. Who do you think the striker is going to be that Van Gaal's going to bring to Old Trafford? Who do you think who else will sign in this window? Make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to United People's TV. Thanks for watching.
Hello! Hey! Pay attention to the manager.